Welcome to my channel, and I'm back with you once again with another video of Microsoft Flight Simulator 24. In this video today, I'm going to tell you how to fly the Airbus A320 Neo by Inibuilds on Autopilot, and I will be just taking you through all the procedures for the takeoff and the Autopilot. So I'm doing a series of videos. Before this, I have uploaded a video on my channel in which I've told you how to start this plane from the cold and dark state, how to configure the MCDU and the electronic flight bag, and plus how to make a flight plan. So if you're not really familiar with all those procedures, you can just go and watch those videos. So right now I will be doing the short flight from Heathrow to Frankfurt. The plane is ready to taxi. So let's release the parking brakes and let's start this flight. There are a few things that I just want to tell you before the takeoff. So what I'll do is this. I will just hold the brakes and give power to the engines up to 50%, and once the engines spool up, then I will release the brakes, and then I will bring my thrust lever to this flex to MCD, and you can see flex temp is also given 58 degrees centigrade and the percentage is 78.4. So this is the force that will be required to take this plane up in the air. Now let's turn on the constraints and see if there are any constraints after this point. Or till this point, I have to be above 580 feet. This is one thing that I have to see. But anyhow, I will be climbing in the manage mode. So that's why the autopilot will be doing everything itself. I don't really have to do anything. Now you can see the V1 speed is also coming. And plus I will also see the VR speed, and plus the V2 speed is also coming, 152. There are two things you have to consider is the color. One is magenta, another one is cyan. Okay, so anything appearing in magenta color is as per the flight plan, as per the constraints, and anything appearing in cyan color is actually the user input, whatever you are giving, or rather you can call it the pilot input. Right now the plane is in the manage mode, so the speed is managed by the autopilot. It will automatically adjust the speed, and plus your navigation, which is your lateral navigation, LNAV, this is also being carried out by the autopilot. If I just bring it out from this mode, the manage mode, now it's in the selected mode. So the heading, whatever I will select, the plane will just fly accordingly. And if I just move the cursor over here and just press it again, it will just correct its heading wherever the plane is heading right now. So let's say if I change it and press it again, the heading gets adjusted. And if I bring my cursor over here and you see the up arrow, and if I press it, it goes back into the manage mode. So this trick is for all the controls for the speed. Again, if you see the up arrow, just press it, you go in the manage mode. When you see the down arrow, you press it, you go into the selected mode. So let's get the speed in the manage mode, the heading in the manage mode, and plus the altitude in the manage mode. So if the altitude is in the manage mode, what it means is this, that your vertical path will be decided by the autopilot as per the inputs. So it will follow all the constraints. So during the takeoff, I will see whether the plane follows all these constraints or not. For the takeoff, actually, when I will bring back, pull back on the yoke, for the takeoff, I will just try to go up to 10 degrees, and then afterwards I can go up to 15 degrees for the takeoff. So that's it. So now let's release the parking brakes, and let's take this plane up in the air. So hold the brakes and give power to 50%. Wait for the engines to spool. Release the brakes and move the thrust lever to flex to temp. Just trying to keep it in the middle. Now this one, and plus you see this arrow, it means this is the speed at which you should be rotating. Now pull back on the yoke just by 10 degrees. That's it. Positive rate of climb. When you get it, just gears up. And that's it. So now in order to save time and tell you more things about this plane, let's turn on the autopilot by pressing this button. And now everything will be done automatically by the autopilot. I'm the pilot. Okay. So now you can see auto throttle is automatically activated, so it means that the thrust will be calculated and will be adjusted by the autopilot itself. And now move the thrust lever to climb, so you have to move your thrust levers to climb to this option. So just bring it back, and now it's set to climb. That's it. Now this is the speed at which you can retract the slats. Yeah, see, I think there is some error in the servers today. You're getting this error as well. So I can just like retract the flaps because now I am above the S speed. Now this is the green dot speed. The plane will actually go more than this green dot speed because this is the speed at which you can fly without any flaps and slats. They actually provide lift to the plane. So that's why you need flaps, but as soon as you take off, you have to retract the flaps. So that's why this is required. Now there is an altitude constraint appearing over here. Before the takeoff, you must have noticed that 35,000 was coming because I have set the altitude and the plane has to go to 35,000. But as per the flight plan, there is a constraint at 6,000. So that's why the plane will actually stabilize at 6,000. This is coming in the magenta mode, which means magenta color, which means that the plane will follow this constraint. Now, this part of the private flight display is your flight mode annunciator, which is also known as the FMA. And it has some information, which I will just tell you right now. So right now, the speed is managed by the autopilot. Altitude constraint is there. Yeah, error accessing live air traffic data. Today, I think there is some problem in the service because, I was making a video and the movement was really bad. I was having, very jerky graphics, but now they are fine. And plus the plane is in the nav mode, which means that the heading is set by the autopilot, or which is also your lateral navigation. So there is this constraint for 4,000, and then there is another constraint plus 5,000, so the plane will climb again after this point. And then at this point, it's flight level 60, which is 6,000 feet. So the plane will automatically climb. What I'll do is this, that I will wait for DET to come, because at this point the plane will be at 6,000 feet and then it will start the climb, and then I will tell you how to basically switch between the selected mode and the managed mode and how you actually fly this plane using autopilot. This is actually getting very annoying. During the recording, this thing is happening wonderful. Anyhow, just issues at the beginning. Now you have to, the QNH is blinking, so it means you have to bring it to standard. So bring your mouse over here. As soon as you see the down arrow, you just press it and change the barometric pressure to standard, and plus also do it for the secondary display. Now it's in the standard, which is 1013. Now you can see the plane is again climbing. As you can see, climb is coming, and it's going to follow the altitude constraint, and that's it. So till this point, the plane will be at 6,000 feet, and after this point, the plane will start to go up to 35,000 feet. Now the plane is there at DET. So let's go over a few things over here on the navigation display. So right now, you can see after at DET, this arrow is coming, white arrow. It means the plane will start to climb from this point. And you can see this magenta circle as well, which means that the speed will increase, because below 10,000 feet, the plane cannot go more than 250 knots, and above 10,000 feet, the plane can go more than 250 knots. So the speed will also increase. So this is how you also read different information on the primary flight display. There is another arrow, if I can see. It's shown over here or not. This is actually your top of descent. This is the point where you have to start the descent. And there will be top of climb as well. Yeah, over here. So I think as soon as now you can see the plane has started to climb. thrust lever is at climb. That's good. And now the plane is actually going for this target instead of constraint. Now altitude is coming in cyan color. It means that the plane is now going up to this flight level 350, and there is no constraint. And now you can see this another arrow coming, cyan arrow, which shows you the top of climb, that at this point the plane will level off. Now there are a few things I would just like to tell you. Let's first of all adjust the altitude to 10,000 feet. And now you can see the vertical speed is also appearing over here. If I press this, the plane will level off. And if I increase the vertical speed will be adjusted. Right now you can see that it was at almost 2,200, but now it will drop to 1,000 feet per minute. Vertical speed is now controlled by me. So this is how you actually take the plane out of the managed altitude mode, and you do the selected mode. If you want to do it again, let's do it again. When you see the up arrow, just press it. The plane goes in the managed mode, and you can see it's now climbing up. So what it does is this, that in this mode, it gives priority to the speed and keeps on adjusting the vertical speed. Right now you can see the speed is the priority, and the vertical speed is getting adjusted. So let me just again climb up to 20,000 and just again go in the managed mode. Now you can see that the plane has again started to go up. It's climbing, and now the speed constraint is also coming. Not rather a constraint, but this is the target speed the plane will be going at right now. This is 323 knots. So in order to attain this speed, you can see the vertical speed is now decreasing so that the plane gets up to this speed. And as soon as the plane is at this speed, then you can see the vertical speed will go up. So in the managed mode, the priority is given to the speed, and your vertical profile keeps on changing so that the speed remains constant. Because as the plane goes up, obviously the air gets thinner, so you have to adjust the vertical speed in such a way that your speed remains constant. Now let's see what happens if the plane reaches 323. Now you can see as the plane is achieving the steep speed, the vertical speed is getting changed. So at any time I can just move this this knob for the vertical speed and just bring it to the managed mode, sorry the selected mode, and I can adjust the vertical speed myself. Sorry, it went negative. So I can set it to 1,000. Now you will see it will get adjusted. Again, let's do it. Now it will work. You have to bring your arrow over here, and once you see the up arrow, just press it and it will just adjust it to 1,000 vertical speed. So that's how you use the vertical speed. I will be also using it during the descent if the speed is not controlled. So then I can just do it. But in this regard, right now the priority is given to the vertical speed. So what if I go up to, let's say, very aggressive climb? Let's say if I keep it at 4,500. Right now you can see vertical speed plus 4,500 is appearing over here, which means that now the plane will actually give priority to the vertical speed and it will disregard the speed. Now you will see that, let me also adjust the altitude to 35,000. Now you can see the speed is decreasing because it's a very aggressive climb. So that's why the speed is getting compromised. So this option can be used if you want to have a higher vertical speed. But remember, if you're doing this, your speed will be compromised. So then you have to adjust the vertical speed in such a way that your speed either remains constant or it keeps on increasing. But let's give control to the autopilot and bring it to the manage mode. Now the autopilot will automatically adjust the vertical speed and will keep the speed constant as per the flight plan. Now let's talk about the heading mode. So right now the plane is actually following the flight path, which is your lateral navigation. If I just bring the cursor over here and just move the heading bug and change the heading to, let's say, 80 degrees. The plane will start to deviate from the flight plan, as now I'm flying in the heading mode and the plane will no longer follow the flight path. And you can see the flight path is now coming in dotted line, which means you are not in the nav mode, you are in the heading mode and you are setting the heading yourself. But still over here, this indication is coming, but that by this point you will be at 35,000 feet, whatever is given by you. So let's have some deviation from the flight path and see what happens. Now let's say if I set the heading to 50 degrees, the plane is turning. If I bring my cursor over here also, and if I press it again in the selected mode, now you can see the plane is going towards this heading. So my flight path is here and the plane is off the flight path. Now can I follow the flight path? Let's say if I bring it to the manage mode, what will happen? You see, nothing is happening right now. So the plane will not follow this flight path. What I can do is this. Right now you can see the circle started to come. So it means that it will be in the manage mode, but I have to adjust the heading. So I have to intercept this line. So I will just change the heading and I will turn towards this flight path. I will try to intercept it. And as soon as I will intercept it, the plane will actually start to follow this flight path. So that's how you basically switch between the manage mode for the lateral navigation and the heading mode. Right now it's open climb. Open climb means that it's not in the manage mode. I can just press this. Yeah, it's not actually working because right now I'm controlling the lateral navigation. So you can see open climb is here. Error accessing live air traffic data. Retrying. I think for the next video recording, I should turn off the this live traffic. This is getting a bit annoying. During the recording, you're getting these errors. Anyhow, kindly excuse me for that. And now you can see, just right before intercepting this line, the plane has actually started to turn left, and now it will follow the flight path. So if at any time you deviate from your flight path, so this is how you actually get back to the flight plan. Just keep it in the manage mode and keep on changing the heading, and that's it. Now for the speed, again, if I bring the cursor here, I see the down arrow key, I press it and you will see the speed. Now if I reduce the speed, you can see the vertical speed will be adjusted accordingly, because now at a lower speed the plane can have an aggressive climb, or rather higher profile, the vertical profile for the ascent. I can further reduce the speed. Let's say if I keep it at 280 knots, you can see it's moving again. Because the plane actually wants to achieve the speed, so that's why it's going for a higher vertical speed. And once I achieve the speed, then it will be corrected. So that's how you actually change the manage modes and the selected modes. So if I just go back to the manage mode again, and for the altitude, if I again go in the manage mode, then everything will be in the manage mode, and the plane will continue its flight towards the path. I forgot to turn off the ground spoilers. You have to just push them down. Another thing, as I was just telling you about the altitudes and everything, you have to turn off the lights above 10,000 feet. So I'm just doing it right now. And you can just turn off the seatbelt sign. No smoking sign will remain on. And anti-ice is on because I'm flying in icing conditions. So that's why I was getting this error over here. So that's why I've turned on the anti-ice. So this was regarding the manage mode and the selected mode, and to fly this plane on autopilot. I hope this was a useful video for you. I'm nowadays making a series of videos for this plane, the Airbus A320 Neo by Inibuilds. and I'm just trying to cover everything related to a flight for this plane. I will be bringing more videos, so that's why subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification so that every time when I will upload a video, you will get the alert for that. Thank you very much for staying with me. Have a nice day. Hope to see you soon.